know Sunheonhwanggwibi Road? Here's the road sign. It runs through Sunheon Women's University. This is Sunheon Women's University, and it runs through it to almost Sukdae Ibgu station of subway line 4. Often roads are named after very famous people like 세종로, 충무로, and 율곡로. But Sunheonhwanggwibi Road is quite unfamiliar, right? You know 을미사변, the brutal killing Queen Min by Japanese assassins in 1895. After that incident, King Gojong didn't have a new queen. But it didn't mean he didn't have any spouse or wife. He had 8 concubines. Somewhere it says 7. Anyway, 7 or 8 concubines, and Sunheonhwanggwibi Ms. Was one of them. As you see in her name, Sunheonhwanggwibi, she seems to be very highly ranked. Yes, B means a queen in Chinese, but she was not throned as a queen. However, as a top-ranking lady in the palace, she did the role of a queen. Ms. Was a maid who served King Gojong closely, and when she had an affair with Gojong, she was expelled from the palace by Queen Min. But after 을미사변, when Queen Min was assassinated, Gojong called her back to the palace. Since 을미사변, pro-Japanese politicians got the power, and Japanese military guarded Gyeongbok Palace. They tried to control and oppress Gojong, and Gojong was afraid in fear of being killed, like Queen Min. So he couldn't eat and sleep well, and Ms. Was the only person he can trust and rely on. And finally, Gojong decided to escape from the palace. From the time Ms. started to go out and come into the palace gate frequently by kama, a kind of carriage by men. Sometimes she gave bribes to gate guards, thanking them for letting her in and out. So the guards were in favor of her and let her pass easily without checking. And in the very early morning on February 11th, 1896, 2 kamas of Ms. Went out of Yeongchunmun, the western gate of Gyeongbok Palace, and arrived at the Russian legation. It is called Agwan Pachan. Gojong stayed there about 1 year, and Ms. took care of him sincerely and intimately, very intimately, and she gave birth to a son of Gojong, his Yeongchina, Prince Yeongchin. With all of these things, she was promoted to Gwibi, the position of Gwibi. And as Gojong announced himself an emperor, Hwangje, she got the title Hwanggwibi. As a very smart lady, she seems to be interested in the Western culture and civilization and the nation's modernization. In the late of 19th century, when Joseon was in danger by foreign forces, she believed that enlightenment and education was the key to save the country. So she established 3 schools, Yangjeong-Ilsuk, Jinmyeong Women's University, and Myeongshin Women's University. 양정의숙 진명 Women's School and Myeongsin Women's School. As you see in the name of the school, she put special effort on female education. She built dormitories. And let them stay there and study there in free. She also supported women's associations such as 대한부인회 and 진명부인회, and other schools too, like 이화학당 and 배제학당. After that, she got the title Sunheon as a posthumous name, and she has been called Sunheonhwanggwibi Ms. 양정의숙 became Yangjong Middle and High School. 진명 Women's School became 진명 Women's Middle and High School. Myeongsin Women's School became Sunmyeong Women's University. That's why Sunmyeong Women's University has the road named after her, Sunheonhwanggwibi, to commemorate her devotion for education. At the end of Joseon, in the time of pre-modern, school education for female was doing only by foreign missionaries. And Sunheonhwanggwibi Ms. was the first Korean who laid the groundwork for modern female education. He was the early pioneer who tried to raise women's rights and status. However, the road is allowed to have the name Sunheonhwanggwibi just for 5 years. More than 2 years has passed and less than 3 years left. I don't know why, but I know Sunheonhwanggwibi deserves enough to have the road name. There are Kim Kwang-seok Road, Park Ji-sung Road, and Songhae Road. Her contribution to our country is not less or smaller than theirs at all. Thank you.